What's up, netizens? You're watching DarkStar. My name is Anthony. I'm Joe Beffiliration here. Chris, what's up, dude?
So, dude.
Today we're going to be watching 1 Minute Melee Noctis versus Zero.
Zero's my dude.
You know what Noctis is from?
Noctis. It sounds like fucking what's his face from Fairy Tail, isn't it?
No, that's funny though. I think there is somebody who's got
Isn't that his
close to that in there. I don't know who you're
Who's the
talking
fire
about.
guy from Fairy Tail?
That's Natsu.
Oh, that's what that was.
Noctis is the main character in Final Fantasy 15.
Oh, yeah.
Your favorite?
I don't really care for him, so fucking emo douche. I'm good.
Damn. Harsh.
Oh. Yeah. All I keep hearing is we want him to be in fucking Smash Bros. Good.
He's one of
Cloud's
the more.
holding it down.
He's one of the more popular main characters in the.
I mean, to be fair, I didn't
series.
play 15, so
Right.
I need to. I have it. I need to play it.
Me and Joey looked it up the other day because when we watched the Noctis versus 2B battle. I don't remember if it was a Minute Melee or a DBX, but we watched that one and we were both really surprised with how high he was. He was number 2 on he was even number 1 on some lists, but he was number 2 on a lot of the most popular Final Fantasy character lists or whatever. Obviously his game's more recent, so that helps him out or whatever, but I was pretty shocked to see how many of the lists that he was in the top 5 and 10, basically all of them, and he was even in the number 2 and number 1 spot occasionally too, which was pretty fucking crazy.
Not until that remake come out though.
Yeah, obviously, well, Cloud was 1 almost in for basically all of them. But
Cloud's that dude, man.
he is. He's the normie pick for sure.
My boy.
You know what I'm saying?
My boy.
He's the filthy casual pick. You know what I'm saying?
I'm okay with that.
Nah, but I don't. Shit. I mean.
I might have to go Zero. I like Zero more.
Yeah, I figured you'd go Zero. I'll probably go Noctis just to balance it out. I do want to play Final Fantasy 15 at some point. His character design is close to what I like in a character design, so it's fine. I probably... It's pretty even. I don't necessarily have an affinity for Zero, so I'll just rock Noctis for this battle since it'll even it out a little bit. But I really don't know that much about him, so...
Zero is my favorite Mega Man character, so I got the love for the Zero.
Dude, Mega Man EXE is my favorite Mega Man character, dude. I'm just saying. He won that death battle. Fucking Mega Man Royale, you know what I'm saying? So. Hashtag rep.
Zero wasn't in there.
Yeah, we don't need to worry about the last death battle that came out. That never happened, so. I think, actually, now I'm thinking about the last death battle that came out was Green Lantern, and he beat fucking Ben 10. That's crazy. Nothing's come out since then, so that's weird. Alright, let's check this out.
Did you say that? I think I remember Death Battle giving Rooster Teeth the cold shoulder, if you know what I mean.
I don't remember that, dude. It literally looks exactly like Sasuke right now. Naruto.
Yeah, dude.
Another soulless cop.
I will say this. I think Final Fantasy characters are on a completely different playing field than fucking Mega Man characters.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. If Zero wins this, I will legit be fucking pissed.
Oh, they had some pretty crazy beats in those. That Mega Man death battle.
Yeah, it's like cyber world shit.
Well, that was like the universe busting ones or whatever, but even the regular Mega Man ones had planet.
Told you, dude.
Oh, that was awesome. That was
Told
pretty
you,
dope.
dude. Fucking told you, dude.
You did.
Ease.
This melee's winner is Noctis.
We're just hedging your bets, dude. Doesn't count.
No, dude. Told you. I really don't think that Mega Man characters are on the same playing field.
Yeah, I
I
guess it
think
depends
Final
on which
Fantasy
ones.
characters are pretty fucking OP. I mean, that's whenever I go back and look at things like the whole Cloud versus Link battle. I mean, I still don't think
That's
that
just
Link
facts. I mean,
is
that's
on
just
the same
objectively
level.
factual. You know what I mean?
I still don't think Link is on the same level. I mean, just like the Aeons and shit like that alone that they have to deal with. Fucking most of the enemies they fight are fucking literally fucking gigantic compared to some of the stuff that Link fights. Like Link fights some big shit compared to him. But some of these Final Fantasy characters, like only their head is on screen because that's how fucking tall they fucking are. And shit like that. Like, I mean, just as some of these Final Fantasy characters have to deal with. I don't think a lot of this stuff comes close to it, personally. I do think the Final Fantasy characters are a league above a lot of different video game characters. But that's my thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to tell sometimes. They get more and more grandiose every time with certain different things too. So, I personally haven't played 15, so I really couldn't tell you what scale or what tier you could even place Noctis on. Honestly, because uh, I think it varies from Final Fantasy to Final Fantasy, but uh, and I mean I would argue it's the same thing for the Mega Man characters too. Like you said, I mean the virtual world stuff is different. Though not the EXE, not the one that I like, but the other one that's like in the future in that same universe or whatever. Those guys had like I think a black hole feat or something like that in real life. Like it wasn't in the virtual world that they did that particular one. So they've got some pretty crazy stuff, but that's not the primary Mega Man that has a zero counterpart. They have a completely different thing, so that's not zero in that. So when you just put zero in the same world or whatever, I don't know what his stuff is. So when
Yeah.
they had a Mega Man versus somebody battle. I don't remember who it was. God, who was it? It was Mega Man versus somebody towards the beginning of it was one of the regular death battles. I'm pretty sure, and they had him uh like that fucking the roof fell on him or whatever, like the whole castle or whatever it was fucking fell on him, and he managed to hold it up, and that was like their primary feat for him at that point. If that was like his best feat, I feel like the Final Fantasy characters would be a pretty good tier above that. But if they use some of the ones that we saw in the Mega Man Battle Royale Death Battle, where they were like doing like planet level shit, uh, then I think it would definitely be an interesting fight. But I don't know. They'd have to do an actual death battle, or I'd have to look into more stuff. I don't know enough about either one of the characters or uh, their major feats and all that kind of stuff to be able to tell. I mean, I will say this: just playing, I've played Mega Man and I've played Final Fantasy VIII. Let's just say, playing the two games. I mean, if you're a reasonable person playing them, you would not feel like you were playing with a weaker character playing Final Fantasy. You'd feel like, okay, this is the crazy shit, and
Yep.
like the stuff in Mega Man feels a lot less, crazy power wise than that. So, and I do take that pretty seriously because I feel like a lot of times intent matters a little bit more than some like the outlier feats and stuff like that. Like sometimes people like they'll shoot like a ray, like a laser beam or something. And like normally they're like street levelers, but like they'll shoot like a laser beam and somebody will dodge it and be like, "Look, that means they're light speed. That means the fucking Batman's light speed, dude. I fucking told you it was light speed." And it's just like, I mean, if you're watching Batman, you can tell that the author's intent is not to make you think that he's fucking light speed. So try to take like the actual feel of what the author's trying to intend to do seriously when I'm looking at stuff like that, because I think some people act like the author is paying attention to every single detail and number and calculation that you could do to determine the character's power or whatever, and I don't think that's always the case. Sometimes they're just trying to fucking do something cool, and then, people will take that out of context and be like, holy shit, dude, Batman's a universe buster. It's fucking crazy. Let's go.
Ugh.
So, but overall, this is a good battle, though. I like the little touch on the end where he fucking, broke up like the old school Mega Man games do or whatever when they die.
Yep.
So I thought that was pretty cool, and I thought Zero had some pretty cool moves too.
Yeah.
In there where I don't really know Noctis's moves, so maybe some of the more subtle stuff he did kind of just went over my head. But I'm sure he had some cool stuff in there too. But solid battle overall.